Hi everyone, I'm Deanne from Newfoundland, Canada. Welcome to my Flosstube channel, Stitching on the Rock. We are at episode number 50. Yay! It is March the 16th? I think that's right. Yes. Yesterday was the Ides of March. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. So welcome. If you're a new subscriber, thanks so much for subscribing. Leave a comment below, say hi, tell me where you're from, tell me where you found me, tell me whatever you want to tell me. I love getting comments and I answer all of them, unless I miss you, which I don't mean to do, but I will try to catch them all. If you're an old subscriber, no, that doesn't sound very good. If you're a long-time subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. Sorry I'm a few days late. This is take number 2 today. Had it all recorded, uploaded, looked at it, and it was like this big. I don't know what happened. So things might be a little bit more confusing this time because I kind of, put everything in a pile when I'm done and can't remember half of what I want to say. So if you've seen by my intro video, we have snow. We had 79 centimeters where I'm located. It ranged from 60 something to 80 something in the area. That I converted to 31 point something inches. So yeah, over 2 feet. Yuck. It was too early. It was a week ago yesterday. Thursday, no, 2 days ago. So last Thursday until Saturday, we got 69 centimeters of snow here. And then from Sunday night into Monday, we got 66 millimeters of rain, which is about 2.5 inches of rain. And then Monday afternoon and Tuesday, it was sunny. I had my sunroof open while I waited for Aaron to come out of school. So it was a wild and wacky week, weather-wise. Then what else has happened? I got my notes, which were at the bottom of my pile. I had a bit of a stomach bug the last few days, so that's why I didn't record. And that's enough about that. For those of you who have been following Aaron's biology midterm sagas, he got his marks back and he got 80 in one half of it and 83 in the other, which was awesome. But he should have got that for the amount of time he got to study. If you want the whole story, go back a few videos, but basically it got postponed twice. And fancied up today. Aaron and I took my sister out for lunch. It was her birthday on the 6th, but because of snow and school and all that, this is the first chance we've had to do it. And she and I and Aaron have booked a summer vacation week in Toronto to see a Blue Jays game and to travel on the CN Tower and go to an LNS. And we've never been to Toronto. I was there once for a conference over the weekend, but we didn't leave the hotel. It was like fly in Thursday evening, fly out Sunday, have the conference all weekend. I don't know why I put that over there, because I needed to tell you all about my stitching. So on to Flosstube. I got to catch up on my 3 favorites yesterday. I watched Michelle and Cheryl. Michelle and Cheryl from 2A Stitchers. I got to watch Helen D, and I got to watch Darlene Dion Designs, and catch up on their latest. So if you don't watch them, if you don't subscribe, I'm going to link them all below and go and watch them because they're great. Michelle and Cheryl and Darlene are fellow Atlantic Canadians, so I'm, all for supporting them. And then Helen's in Maine, so we're going to make her an honorary Atlantic Canadian. She's so close to New Brunswick. And so let's go on to what I've been stitching. I'm going to take my notes back so I can read them. Find a place on my table to put them. Sorry, I don't want to break my mug. So first up is an FO. I finished Winter Salt Box by Pinker and Pumpkin Stitching, and this is my my camera just blinked. I hope you guys didn't notice that. This is my first house for the PNP 6 Houses 2024 Sal. I think that's what the name is. I'll put it in below. That Mama Loves You GB is hosting, and 6 houses in 12 months, which means you should start every 2 months. And I haven't started the next one yet, but I will this week. I'm not sure which one I chose for the next one, but they're so cute. And if you haven't checked out Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting's blog, I'm going to put that below. She has lots and lots of freebies for all kinds of seasons and holidays, and they're very quick stitches. Oh, I should say that in the original pattern, there were 3 more birds up here in the sky, and I left them out and put snowflakes in instead. Next up is the Book It Sal that Helen D is hosting, and my second piece was from Stony Creek, July, August. I need to slow down my speaking. This is what happens when you have to do it a second time. You just speed right through it. It's from July, August 1994, Stony Creek. And this Sal was a chance for you to stitch patterns from books and magazines that you have purchased, but just haven't gotten around to stitching them. So this one that I chose, this is my second piece for the Sal, is this one, which is Birds and Berries. I'm planning to leave out the square border and the holly and just do the bird in the circle and probably turn it into a little ornament for the tree. My son, if you're new here, loves birds of all kinds, so this will probably be for him. The pattern, I forget what 90s magazines, 80s and 90s magazines are like, and it's a black and white pattern. I rarely stitch black and white patterns anymore, and it's really hard to follow, but here it is. The last time I think I just had his head done, so I've started down in his body. I had to make a working copy and to highlight so I could follow where I was. It's done on 28 count coffee Lugana. Then my third Sal that I am taking part in is the Quaker Flag 2024 Sal. I know some of them have Sal at the end, some of them have 2024 at the end, but I'm pretty sure this one has Sal at the end. So it is by Vivister. The patterns are by Vivisters. Hang on. Vivisters. Vivisters on Etsy. I think that's right. Anyway, she'll be linked below. I know her first name is Vivian, so we'll call her Vivian. And the Sal is hosted by Darvania Lee Design Studio and Wombat Hollow Crafts on Instagram. And since you've seen it, I have had very little stitching done on it. I put in 250 stitches. I'm at 6.29%, and I'm doing this 1/1 on 28 count Lugana using Sulky. And here's where we are. So I worked on this motif, and I haven't got it half done. I had planned to work on it this week, but I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't get it completed, but that's a plan for the following week. So, I'm gonna put, this side probably, the flag, the picture of what the flag looks like up here. I should also say that in between those motifs, it's supposed to be a navy blue line. I'm leaving it out. I'm just leaving it blank. The Canadian flag doesn't have blue in it, and I didn't really like it. So, yeah, that's being left out. So all my full coverages, I'll do the other one non-full coverage that I've worked on, and that is Strawberry Harvest by Cottage Garden Samplings, Time for All Seasons. This is the second piece I'm doing in this series. I've only picked up 4, if you're new here, one for each season. So I have First Signs of Spring completed. This is my summer piece. I have October 31st in my stash for the fall one, and then the winter one, I keep forgetting to look at the name of it, but it's the one with the snowman, which is number 1, I believe, in the series, but it's going to be my winter piece. So I am stitching this 1/2 on 36 count, excuse me, winter moon that I then dyed with Rick dye, 3 different colors: pearl gray, petal pink, and denim blue. And here's where we are. We have got the bird completed. I'll just move it in. Oh, hang on. The border actually goes down a little bit past the halfway mark. So yeah, the bird is all done. She's beautiful. She. It's absolutely gorgeous. So all I have left to do is the strawberry that the bird is perched on. There is, as you can see by the pattern, a bowl with some strawberries in it. Right here, I am leaving that out. So one more time. So my goal this month is to get a good chunk of that strawberry and have it finished hopefully by next month. But I'm not going to start the October 31st one. I'll talk about that in my plans. Sort of. Anyway, the rest of the pieces I have are all Heaven and Earth design patterns, all except one of them is stitched 1/1 on 28 count. One is stitched 2/2 on 28 count because it's very tiny compared to the rest of them. So first up we have Home for Christmas, which will go here on what it's supposed to look like. It is a regular size piece. It is by Donna Gelsinger. It's stitched 1/1 on 28 count ivory. And nope. Here is where we are. So I started doing this one diagonally, as you can tell. Let me see. How can I get a good view? There. That's probably the best view you can get of it. And it's the opposite diagonal of which I normally stitch because I'm left-handed. So I tend to go this way. Just the way my brain works. And I noticed in the corner it was very confetti heavy, and I don't know if you can tell, but it started to get bumpy here and thick. And I'm like, that's not good. So I decided to change to cross country. And I picked 452, which is not the most stitches because I don't usually, for those of you who are new, you can see my very messy drawer here. I have been digging into my DMC and trying to organize it, and I had a bunch of DMC that someone gave me that a friend's mother had passed away and she had it. I got a couple of bags at a thrift store, and so I just threw them all in a pile, and I said, no, I need to get my DMC organized because I stitch from a master set. I don't usually kit up. So I'm in the process of doing that. I'm at like the 700s, and it's very slow going because I'm pulling out thread from all these bunches that I picked up different places, going through my master list, seeing if I have it, and if I do, I stitch from floss cards that I make, floss drops that I make myself, and so I've been adding like extra thread to the single floss drop, so I get like 2 or 3 bunches of it. First I gotta make sure the colors match up as well, because some of it may be older stock. Then as I'm doing that, I'm fixing the drawers and labeling them and that, so that's a mess. Anyway, that doesn't explain why I'm not using the color with the most stitches in it, because I decided to kit this one up. I started it at Christmas, kit it up fully just for this one piece, and I have another one that I have slightly kitted up. And the Michaels in town, their DMC stock is awful. So the color with the most stitches was 817. I couldn't even get one skein of it, let alone the 4 or 5 that this pattern calls for. So that's why I picked the next color. All of that to say, that's why I'm doing 452, which you didn't need to know it all, but it makes the video a little bit longer. Anyway, that is Home for Christmas. Next one I worked on. Oh, did I tell you? I didn't even tell you. Story. Second time. I got, since you saw this last, 867 stitches since you saw it last. All of that 452, and it is at 1.37%. Oh my goodness. The last time I did it, it was better. Next up is Warm at Home. This is stitched 1/1 on 28 count ivory. Since you saw it, I have put in 907 stitches. It's at 7%. My goal for the year is to get this to 10%, I believe, maybe 15%, I'm not sure. I could stitch on this all day. It is such an easy stitch. You would think with so little color it would be boring, but it just, I could zoom through it. Here we are. So since you saw it last, all of this area down here is what I put in. It's all 310, I think. Yeah, and you can see this wispy bits here, you can see them, is actually the cat. Well, all the light is the cat, but you can really see those little bits of fur sticking up. And yeah, I really enjoy doing that one. So next up is, that is by Irina Garshimoff. Sorry. Yeah, this is gonna be good. And I did tell you Home for Christmas is Donna Gelsinger, I'm pretty sure. Next up, I told you Home for Christmas is a regular size. Warm at Home is a mini. This is a mini. It's a Mini Beachcomber Bounty by Amy Stewart. Since you saw it, I put in 130 stitches and it's at 8.01%. It's stitch 1/1 on 28 count aquamarine. Let's see. So you can see my face and the piece. So what I've been stitching is that beigey, tanny, it's the beach part, and that's where my last 130 stitches went, which was not much. Yeah. I really love this piece too. I love them all, obviously, but I love going to the beach and looking for sea glass, and that's what drew me to that piece. Next up is Quick Stitch Pride and Prejudice by Amy Stewart. This is part of one of her shelves, and I believe that shelf is called the Heroes and Heroines, but don't quote me on that, but I know it's got Anthony and Cleopatra, it's got Rhett and Scarlet, it's got Anne and Gilbert because I have that piece, and it's got Elizabeth and Darcy, and there's several more that I can't tell you what they are. So this is stitch 1/1 on 28 count blue. I was going to say it's ice blue, but then I have another piece that I'm pretty sure is ice blue, and it's not the same fabric, so I think this one was just called blue. So here's where we are for all of it. Once again, I started diagonally. This is my direction of doing diagonal, but once again, when I went back up to start more, it's really thick here and it's a little bumpy, and I said nope. So I once again switched over to cross country, which I guess is probably going to be my thing from now on. And let's see, this is where I've been stitching. I've kind of been doing cross country with 3 different colors, going back and forth with the 3 colors that have the most stitches. So there's 2 shades of green and the kind of goldy color. The green is a curtain that or a drape, I guess, that all of them have, or most of them have, I think. And then the gold is a doorway, like an arch around the door. And that's what I've been doing with that. I put in 1,166 stitches since you saw it last, and I'm at 11.15%. Now this is one that I want to make a nice bit of progress on, because I started Anne once before, and then I had a little bit of a disaster. I was hooking out some stitches and hooked my thread. I didn't have much done, so I said, okay, I'm going to start over, and I haven't yet, but I would like to get the Pride and Prejudice one, a good selection of it done before I start the Anne again. So next up is Quick Stitch Snowflake Wonder by Lisa Victoria. This is a piece that I've been stitching 500 stitches a month on for a challenge at Full Coverage Fanatics. They have a by the numbers, and I picked 500, which was the lowest number you could pick, because I knew I could get that done a month, but with lots of other pieces that I want to stitch on, I didn't think I could accomplish more than 500. So this is where I am total. Once again, another piece that I started diagonally. This is the piece that I'm doing 2/2 on 28 count ice blue. It is a really quick stitch. So the 500 I did this month was in this navy part, the 823. I had an issue with this one this month, but it wasn't my biggest issue I had this month. So let me get down. When I got to here, there are three or four little stitches here that are the purple. You may not be able to tell that they're purple, but they are. When I got stitching here, close to those purple, those three purple stitches were over here. And all of this purple, all of this was over here. And I thought, uh-oh, there's a problem. And I had to frog all of that purple and restitch it. That's about 1,000 stitches, maybe a little bit more than 1,000 stitches, and put it back in the right place. Luckily, there was no other stitches in the way. I don't know what happened. But like I said, that wasn't the biggest issue I had. Oh, yeah, so 500 stitches, I'm at 19.53% on that. And then finally, like I said, I feel like I just zoomed through this compared to the last time, is River's Edge, which you will see here, by Kevin Daniel. This is a full size, regular size piece that I'm stitching for my son. My goal is to have it done for next June when he graduates high school, which I can't believe. I cannot believe I'm gonna have a high school graduate next year. Anyway, he loves ducks, he loves birds, he loves all of that stuff, and hopefully he still will next year. And I'm using this piece for this month's Epic Journey challenge on Full Coverage Fanatics. In the Epic Journey, they pick different trips from point A to point B each month and tell you how many kilometers, and you stitch that many stitches. So I actually used this for last month, but I didn't show it because it was only 85 stitches. Wasn't really much to show you. This month is, I can't remember where the journey is, but it's 6,000 and, I don't know if it's 37 or 87. I think it's 37 kilometers. So I have to stitch that many stitches. So I divided it out for the month, and it's 220 stitches. I'm up to Thursday stitches. I'm currently working on yesterday's stitches, so I should have that done today, and then hopefully tomorrow I will get today and tomorrow. But Aaron has a biology quiz on Thursday, and I've been reviewing with him, so if I can get Friday's done today, then hopefully I can catch up maybe Monday when he's in school. But like I say, 220 stitches, but if I have like this much left thread, I might get like 5 or 6 stitches more in, or you know, if I'm at the end of the row and I've got, or in the middle of the row and I've got this much left, I'll finish to the end of the row. So when I'm caught up with my 220, I'm still going to be like 20 or 30 stitches ahead of where I should be. So I may not have to stitch on the last day if I get there. Anyway, all of that. So as of Thursday numbers, I have stitched 3,195 stitches since you saw it last, and I am at 13.88%. And here is where we are. Oh, this way. Let's see. There. Oh, I don't know if you can see the hole. Let me move it a little bit so it's definitely all the stitches in. There we go. So, since you saw it last, I put in let me see. Oh, over here. I gotta see where there. 85 blue stitches in there. No, I don't. You probably can't even tell there's blue stitches in there. You know, you can sort of see the blue a little bit. And I have put in the white stitches from there, to there. And I have frogged all of this black. I restitched it. Oh, I'm trying. There, all the bottom black here, because I discovered I had stitched 2 rows too low. So while I was putting in the white, all that black got frogged and restitched, and then there's a few little blue stitches down here that I also put in. Yeah, there we go. It still looks like absolutely nothing. But I am at 13.88%, so it's yeah. So that's all the stitching I've done since you guys saw me a little over 3 weeks ago. The reason why I'm not doing October 31st after I finish Strawberry Harvest is because of the lovely and talented Darlene Dion. I'm gonna blame you, Darlene. Why not? Darlene on the 22nd of March has a milestone birthday. She's told everyone she's turning 60, so I don't think she'll mind if I tell you. Go to her Instagram, go to her Flosstube, and wish her a happy birthday on the 22nd. But she's doing 60 starts for turning 60. And she mentioned Somi Sarah, who I have been watching, but I'm not caught up with, is doing 50 starts this year for turning 50, and a friend of hers is also doing that. I don't have a 0 birthday next year, but I have a half-decade birthday next year. I'm turning 55 in 2025. So I out loud said, I wonder, can I do that? And she said, Darlene said, you don't look that old. And I said, thank you, I love you. But I am. And so I've been writing down things from my stash that I have, that I'd like to stitch, that I haven't. And I've come up with 27. And then, like I said, I'm going to get to an LNS in June. I'm not going to buy 28 patterns, but I could pick up 3 or 4, and I could get to 30, and then, you know, that only gives me 25 that I got to pick up in the next year, which isn't difficult, as all of you know. So October 31st is one of those, so I won't be starting it this year. I probably won't be having many starts for the rest of the year, because if I'm going to have 55 new starts next year, I have to finish off some of the stuff I have. Well, the little ones, or the non-full coverage ones, will be easy to finish if I just sit down and finish them. The full coverage, out of the 27 I have picked out, there's only 2 full coverage. And there's a third that's a large piece. The rest of them are what I would call medium and small. I did that on purpose, but then I only have one other full coverage that is in my stash besides the two that I want to stitch, but it's a retired piece. It's an old piece that one of the first ones I picked up, and paper, so I don't know if I will ever stitch it. It's here, but I don't know. So that's kind of what I have in my plans for next year. Can you believe it? 2 years in a row that I'm talking about plans, and this is March. I'm already talking about next year. We'll see if it actually happens or not. I don't know. It's just something I'm beating around. And that, I think, is everything, except I told you that when I reached 600 subscribers, and I did, and thank you all so much for following and watching and subscribing, and I can't believe I've gotten here. I was going to do a thank you giveaway. If you want to enter, you have to be at least 18. You have to not say win, giveaway, prize, all of those words that you know are triggers. And the giveaway, thanks to the aforementioned wonderful and talented Darlene Dion, I have 2 of her PDF patterns from her Etsy shop to give away. I'm going to link her Etsy shop below so you can go and have a look at them and make up a list of what you might like to get if you turn out to be the winner. I will announce the winner in next video, and then I'm going to include my email and Darlene's email, and then you will email us both with what you chose if you win. So what can I rack my brain of a word or a term or something for you to use as the key word to the giveaway, and I just, you know, and it hit me as I was doing up my list of pieces I want to do next year if I decide to do this. On the top of my list is, and I'll put it up here in case you guys have never seen it, but I can't believe that you haven't seen it, is 'Tis the Season by Blackbird Designs. It has been my, I guess, like, you can't call it a unicorn because it's not like it's difficult to find, because it's available in their book Home for the Holidays. However, I live in a place that has no LNS, and if I want something, a pattern, I either have to get a PDF or I have to get it shipped to me. And as far as I know, it's only available in this book. And can you imagine how much it would cost to ship a book here? So I have looked at it when people have stitched it, and I've seen it on Flosstube, I've looked at it online, I've looked at it in stores, and I've always wanted to stitch it and just haven't, due to circumstances of where I live. But I want you to tell me, is there a pattern that you have in your stash, have seen at a store, have seen online, and have always said, I want to stitch that, I love it, I really want to stitch it, and just haven't? And if there isn't, tell me what your unicorn piece is, the one that you want to stitch but you can't find anywhere. And that's going to be the key for winning the giveaway. And I think that's it for the day, and hopefully this will upload fine, and I'll see you all again in a few weeks. Bye.